messes with me, I'm gonna mess with him. Hocus pocus.
Sum it up. I'm Chainsaw. I'm Dave. We'll see you at the movies.
Well, thanks, Dave. Thanks, Chainsaw. You'll be seeing them at the movies this summer in summer school. That's just one of the coming attractions we'll be featuring on this special Summer of '87 show. Get out the beach towels. Get out the tanning oil. Here's what's hot in film. I'm Bill Harris.
And I'm Rex Reed, and you are at the movies.
Black thing.
Hey! Stand alone! You're gonna break it! I need authorization.
Are we having a problem here?
You have to! Ask the police! And this is Max. And Max kills cops for a living! Believe it, pretty buddy! Stop the plane! It's all up to five!
And we found a lot to put together a show you may have dreamed of. Can you remember the excitement of the coming attractions when we were kids? Why, heck, even now, they're sometimes better than the movies themselves. Well, we have a whole show of them, a special edition of At the Movies, to help you plan your summer cinema. These are the block and not-so blockbusters planned for release during the summer of '87. It's an entire show of coming attractions, the big stars and the big stories. And they don't come any bigger than Eddie Murphy. It's Beverly Hills Cop 2 this summer, the return of the world's favorite, Michigan Manhunter.
Axel Foley is back. Who is he?
I'd say he's the cop.
This is a Detroit van. What the hell are you doing in Beverly Hills? I'm going deep undercover.
Back where he doesn't belong.
Excuse me, where are the owners of this house? They're in Hawaii for a week while the construction's happening. I'm Axel Foley, Beverly Hills building inspector.
He's stolen this house.
How do you steal a house? It's my uncle's house.
Reunited with all his old buddies.
What the hell's going on here? Who the hell are you? I'm Johnny Wishbone, psychic extraordinaire. If you need me, just think Johnny Wishbone, and I come running. Lots of people. It's like kibbles on bits, but different.
Dum-da-dum-dum. Dan Aykroyd and Tom Hanks team up as Sergeant Joe Friday and Sidekick in a parody of the old classic TV series Dragnet.
Ma'am, is Sergeant Joe Friday. Tom Hanks is Detective Pep Streetbag. Meet him, partner.
There's a dress code for detectives in robbery and homicide. Section 3-605.10, .20, .22, .24, .70, .80. My name's Friday.
Take a lot of kidding about that?
Almost never.
You know the kinds of things that can fall into an industrial sausage press? Not excluding rodent hair, bug excrement.
I hate you, Streetback.
You got a lot of repressed feelings, don't you, Friday? Must be what keeps your hair up.
Police officer, ma'am.
Why couldn't you have got here before that big, fat, stupid-looking piece of sewage dress stole my white wedding dress?
Just the facts, ma'am.
We need to ask you a few questions.
The Predator stars Arnold Schwarzenegger as the leader of a rescue squad who finds himself being pursued.
Has ever been on Earth before. We cannot see it, but it sees the heat of our bodies and the heat of our fear. It kills for pleasure. It hunts for sport. But this time, it's picked the wrong man to hunt. He is the ultimate warrior.
Robert Carradine and the gang are back for another of the Eggheads versus the Jocks adventures in Revenge of the Nerds, Part 2.
We're back.
Dennis Quaid is miniaturized and injected into supermarket clerk Martin Short's body in the action-adventure comedy called Inner Space.
Lieutenant Pendleton is about to be miniaturized, placed into this needle, and then injected into this rabbit.
Rock and roll.
But something went wrong. And Tuck's about to get a new destination. Inside Jack Putter. I'm in a van.
Hello, can you hear me? I'm with Dad.
Now, Jack's got twice the problems.
How you doing, Jack?
But he's double the man.
The Untouchables, one of television's most popular series, is back on the big screen. When we return, we'll give you a preview of Robert De Niro in what promises to be one of this summer's most talked about films.
Not to prove methods.
Yeah? Well, you're not from Chicago.
I want you to find this dance before you leave nuts. I want him dead.
City news, Mr. I grew up in a tough neighborhood. Sometimes reputation follows you.
Robert De Niro is Al Capone.
There is violence in Chicago, of course, but not by me, not by anybody I employ, and I'll tell you why. It's not good business.
Prohibition, speakeasies, the Chicago underworld of Al Capone. You loved it for years in the 1960s when the Untouchables ruled the television airwaves. Well, now it's back with Kevin Costner as Elliot Ness, the FBI agent who devoted his career to smashing the bootleg business run by Al Capone. Sean Connery as his partner, and Robert De Niro stars as the most famous gangster of the Roaring '20s. Famous Broadway playwright David Mamet has written this movie. It's directed by Brian De Palma, filmed on location in Chicago. The Untouchables is one of the most eagerly awaited films of the summer.
Want to get Capone? Here's how you get him. He pulls a knife. You pull a gun. He sends one of yours to the hospital. You say one of his more. That's the Chicago way. You just joined the Treasury Department, son. Everybody knows where the booze is. The problem isn't finding it.
Let's do some good.
The problem is who wants to cross the boundary.
Somebody messes with me, I'm gonna mess with him.
You carry a badge?
Yes.
Carry a gun.
Get your hands in the air. You're all under arrest.
You fellas are untouchable. Is that the thing? No one can get to you? Hey, everybody can be gotten to.
All right, Ben. Drive to the station. Anything happens, you shoot first. You understand me?
Oh, I tell you one more thing. You got an all-out prize fight, you wait till the fight's over, one guy's left standing, and that's how you know who won.
Only director, producer, and screenwriter Mel Brooks would attempt a parody on Star Wars. This time it's called Spaceballs. May the Schwartz be with you.
I can't breathe in this thing. They got some hypertext on that thing. And what do we got on this thing? A Cuisinart?
Starring Mel Brooks
It's for you.
as President Scrooge.
Who is it?
Daphne Zuniga as Princess Vespa.
Daughter of Roland, king of the Druids.
Funny.
She doesn't look foolish. John Candy as Clark.
Whoa! Give me bomb!
Bill Food as Lone Star.
Ludicrous speed! Go!
Mel Brooks as the magnificent yoga.
Don't make a fuss. Just plain yoga.
Rick Moranis as Dark Coach.
Where do we take the part of it as right?
Baseball. The movie.
Smoke if you got 'em.
Bond. James Bond. This time it's Agent 007 number 4, Timothy Dalton, who gets to utter those magic words in The Living Daylights.
Who are you? Bond. James Bond. 007 here. I'll report in an hour.
Won't you join me?
Better make that 2.
A Steven Spielberg production with another E.T. theme about an ordinary family hosting an extraordinary house guest. It's called Harry and the Hendersons.
Is it?
It's a major discovery. We have to take it home.
George. It's alive! It's eating my 15th birthday croissant!
Uh-oh.
George, he's coming back!
Stall him!
I can't. How?
Show him the pasta maker!
This is our home! Our stuff!
Sit.
I worry about any film that compares itself with E.T. before release, even if it comes from E.T. creator Steven Spielberg. We will see. Coming up, Cher as a witch? Well, maybe. Obvious casting to me. Why not? More friends. Well, maybe. As a talented trio of Hollywood's loveliest witches, and Jack Nicholson bring a big one to the big screen. We'll sneak a peek at the upcoming Witches of Eastwick.
Who are you? Just your average. This is Chicago's very own Channel 9.
In the quiet town of Eastwick, where nothing ever changes, three beautiful women are about to discover powers they never dreamed they had.
Who should we be looking for? He should be really handsome. Nice eyes.
Now, the man of their dreams is here
Jane. Last we meet.
to stay for a spell.
Who are you? Just your average horny little devil.
That's what the word is in Hollywood, but never mind. This summer, Jack Nicholson headlines a big-budget, supernatural thriller from John Updike's best-selling book. It's The Witches of Eastwick, with Cher, Susan Sarandon, and Michelle Pfeiffer, starring as three modern-day New England witches who try to conjure up the perfect man. What they get is one devil of a guy.
We could do things you haven't any idea.
You know what's going on up in that house? So you should see the devil here in Eastwick. If you were the devil, would you come to Eastwick?
Oh, I don't know.
Are you going to seduce me too?
Women. Mistake. Or
Do it to us on purpose!
Arnold Schwarzenegger running away? In a futuristic film based on a Stephen King book called The Running Man, Arnold ends up chosen to play in a very dangerous game. La Bamba is a true rags-to-riches story of 50s rock star Richie Valens in his all-too-short life. It'll be released in both English and Spanish versions. Full Metal Jacket is Stanley Kubrick's first film since The Shining. It focuses on a squad of Marines during the 1968 Tet Offensive.
We also have reports that a division of NBA has occupied all of the city of Play south of the Perfume River. In strategic terms, Charlie's cut the country in half. The civilian press are about to wet their pants, and we've heard even Cronkite's going to say the war is now unwinnable.
Sir, does this mean that Aunt Margaret's not coming?
Whose side are you on, son?
Our side, sir.
Don't you love your country?
Yes, sir.
Then how about getting with the program? Why don't you jump on the team and come on in for the big win?
Yes, sir.
Son, all I've ever asked of my Marines is to obey my orders as they would the word of God. We are here to help the Vietnamese because inside every gook is an American trying to get out. It's a hardball world, son. We've got to keep our heads until this peace craze blows over.
Roxanne stars Steve Martin as a modern Cyrano de Bergerac in a comedy about a long-nosed, small-town fire chief who falls head over nose in love.
So, what do you know about this guy?
Well, I know he's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
You think?
Yeah.
Intelligent. Handsome.
He's what?
He's handsome.
Isn't it amazing if you have feelings for someone how you can start to see them as handsome?
Well, everyone thinks he is.
No, not everyone, believe me.
What are you talking about?
Nothing. It's great. It's great that he's all these things.
Well, it wouldn't be a summer without summer movies for kids. From swords and sorcery to another round of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs to flying saucers and Benji the dog. There's plenty of variety and action this summer for kids of all ages. And we'll take a look in just a couple of minutes, so don't go away.
A true story.
A love story.
Where we will live happily ever after.
And alone, he's fighting for survival and for the lives of 4 cougar cubs. It's a story of courage and heroism, of heart-pounding suspense, and heartwarming tenderness.
Hey, Benji the dog. He's both the most underpaid movie star in show business and the most lovable thing on 4 legs since Rin Tin Tin. And he's earning his dog biscuits this summer in Benji the Hunted, the latest canine adventure starring the intellectual mutt everybody wants to adopt. This time, he's cast adrift in the rugged wilderness of Oregon, where he encounters friends and enemies in the great outdoors. In fact, there are no people at all in the first part of this movie, just Benji and other animals, including some very lovable cougar cubs.
This summer, you're invited to share the joy, the triumph, and the pure fun as the internationally famous canine superstar returns to action. If you've never experienced his incredible magic, there's no better time than now, because Benji's back. In Walt Disney Pictures' all-new adventure epic, Benji the Hunted.
Dolph Lundgren is good guy He-Man, and Frank Langella is bad guy Skeletor in the movie version of the popular Saturday morning kid show Masters of the Universe.
The place is Earth. The time is now. Masters of the Universe.
Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs was the first full-length animated feature ever made. And guess what? The whole gang has just turned 50. So talk about aging gracefully.
It's the golden anniversary of Snow White, Sleepy, Doc, Bashful, Happy, Grumpy, Dopey, and Sneezy.
We got a neighbor!
Whether it's your first time or your 50th, now is the time to experience the magic, much of the most beloved animated motion picture of all time.
A true story.
A love story.
Where we will live happily ever after.
Boy, they'd come darn close to happily ever after, in Hollywood especially. 1 girl and 8 old men, 7 old men, lasted for half a century
And
already.
they said it would never last.
They said it wouldn't last. Didn't have a chance. This summer, some of the light ones that I'm looking forward to, well, especially Back to the Beach. I have to be honest. I met Funicello and Frankie Avalon doing it again 25
I wonder
years
if they're
later.
aging as gracefully as Snow White.
Couldn't be. My old hero Bob Dylan and Hearts of Fire. I think it's important too to tell everybody that it's not just the summer of froth. There are some serious pictures coming out too. I think it's going to be the summer of Kevin Costner because The Untouchables, and he also has a picture called No Way Out with Gene Hackman, which is a mystery thriller set in the Pentagon.
And Martin Sheen has a suspense thriller set in Spanish Harlem. We also have Superman 4 and Jaws 4 coming.
Devastating.
It's a cram-packed summer.
Cram-packed show right this minute as I ask for a fan fair.
Of course.
In any event, here's the big news. The winner of our At the Movies trivia contest, congratulations to Joyce Ellen Baker from Oak Park, Michigan, and to all her neighbors who watch us on WJBK-TV there out of Detroit. Good work. She won our contest.
Congratulations, Joyce. And take me with you. Next week, we'll review the long-awaited movie Ishtar. Warren Beatty, Dustin Hoffman, Elaine May, big one. And Francis Coppola's drama Gardens of Stone, starring James Caan and Angelica Houston. That's next week. Until then, I'm Rex Reed.
And I'm Bill Harris. And we'll see you